You don't have to ask me.
Ann's voice comes from so much of Aretha Franklin, or that style, gospel, soul. There's a lot of country strain that runs through, so you hear a lot of Dolly Parton in Ann's voice. And I think those two combinations are unique.
We sort of really searched long and hard for a particular sound, unique to me and unique to the producer, that isn't really being done by other people, and we sort of had to carve our own path. My music is retro soul pop. It's like a throwback to 60s, 70s era soul and funk R&B with a sort of a modern twist and maybe a bit of a quirky twist. As a kid, we had in our house a Fisher-Price xylophone and a little mallet, the kind that you pull along on a string and it hits some of the keys. And I just remember picking out Joy to the World, because I was always playing it and picking out songs by ear. And I still do that and make them up for a living. The last album is called For the People in the Meantime. And lyrically, the album depicted a lot of sort of scenes from this neighborhood, which is a colorful neighborhood.
These are the people in my neighborhood, drinking their lives away outside.
This is a really atypical neighborhood, I guess, maybe because of the fact that there's such a high homeless population in this vicinity due to all of the agencies that are just down the street there in 96. So the residents, including me, of this neighborhood have to sort of figure out how to synthesize with some people who are pretty ill and high needs and living their lives out in ways that can be really hard to handle for everybody, you know. Up until recently, there was a house in this empty lot that was a crack house. A drug dealer lived there, and it was Grand Central 24/7. It's definitely had an effect, I think, on me, especially because my studio upstairs overlooks the back alley, which just happens to sort of end up being the thoroughfare between the agencies and the main avenue and the main liquor store. So that alleyway is basically like watching a TV show all day. Most of it's pretty sad.
I got enough to eat, so I guess that means I made it.
I've also heard some of the stories of the people on the street, and they're actually incredible people, what they've survived, because some of the things that they've had to go through are unfathomable, and if any one of us had to go through even half of them, I'm sure we would be in worse shape. The album I ended up making after all these sad things that I saw was one about resilience of people, because I really actually see resilience, and I see camaraderie and laughter and jokes and hear people singing, and
Another chance.
there's that whole side of the amazing resilience of human beings that I wanted to actually focus on more than the sadness, without ignoring that the sadness is glaringly there.
What makes Anne Vriend such a great artist, I think, is her ear for melody, and when she hears that melody in her head, she can harmonize it in a way that, to me, is very, very beautiful. She's a singer, and people who can really sing will listen to Anne.
It's sort of the thing that makes the world make sense to me, and it makes my life make sense. Like, every day I have to do this so that I can do music, and then I have sort of like a trajectory, and without that, I don't think I would be very well.
I can't hear them without crying.